Well, you guys, I finished the challenge. 30 days with Kiara LaShae, the Tabata challenge, and my results, as you can see. Yes. I wasn't really worried about pounds, so I actually went down to dress size, which is amazing. I am now back into a medium. Yes. So in October, she's going to be doing another challenge where you can sign up. So hit the link down below and sign up for the next Kiara LaShae Trap and Tone Challenge in October. And don't forget about the tea, y'all. The tea really aided in the look, okay? If you think it happened in a month, all because I was working out, no. It's also because of the tea. Sometimes I still ate pizza. But yay! Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another family or fiance review. I apologize that this video is getting to you guys a little later than usual, but things seem to be a little bit more pressing with other shows. Okay, it seemed as if some other things might have been a little bit more, urgent than family or fiance, but I know that, a lot of y'all have been asking for it, so here we are to talk about Brittany. I'm sorry, not Brittany, Ashley. Ashley and William. I don't know why I thought Brittany. Whatever. There was a Brittany last week, right? Okay, that's why. Anyway, so William doesn't feel accepted in Ashley's family. They have not set a date for the wedding because it all depends upon the family and if both of their families are, okay with this situation, if they're going to give their blessing. And every time I hear that from people, I'm just kind of like, y'all just want to be on a reality show. Like, if you really just wanted the free therapy, then yeah, that's great. But the thing that irks me is like, so you want me to believe in real life grown people who depend upon themselves and each other need the permission of their parents in order to like decide whether they're going to get engaged or what the date is going to be? Like, that was preposterous to me and Lyric. Like, yes, Lyric talked to my mom. I'm sure her blessing was important to him, but we would have gotten married and set a date no matter what anybody was talking about. We were talking about getting married before, anybody else was talking about it. Okay, so I was looking at that like, okay, fine, okay, sure. So he was actually her supervisor when she went and had a interview. It's like a little 30-minute interview, and it was like love at first sight, and they just talked for an hour, and it was a whole ordeal. Okay, now at the time that they met, she was still married to her previous husband, and she was about to sign the divorce papers. So like, they weren't together, it was about to happen, it just had not happened yet. As soon as the divorce went through 4 months later, they moved in with one another. I was just like, oh, okay. She wants to be an influencer in fitness, you know what I'm saying? So she is on social media and she shows her body on social media. And he is not happy with that. He is super duper bothered by it, which means her family, specifically her little brother, thinks that he's controlling, and it is similar to the previous relationship. Her side of the family, her grandmother, her brother, and I think it's a sister or cousin, best friend, child, I don't remember, okay, not important. Whoever that other person was, she was, a part of the units that felt as if they wanted to make sure that Ashley wasn't rushing into this. She just got out of an abusive marriage, or, that's what they mean. A controlling marriage is usually an abusive marriage, okay? So she's just getting out of this marriage. And now we feel like you're getting into a relationship with someone who has those same tendencies. These red flags are going up all over the place with him. So I actually understood how Derek, the little brother, felt, okay? Now let me tell y'all, Derek, the little brother, is one of these little tall, lanky, little gay boys, okay? You can tell that they be online trolling people and stuff, all right? Don't be in your feelings. Y'all know it's true about some of y'all, okay? Some of y'all is just out here real, upset, real extra, okay, and will fight somebody. So y'all make my nerves bad a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Having male strength with like female emotions is just like, I know that's like, stereotypical of genders, but roll with me for a second and don't take it personal. I'm just saying, like, that makes me nervous sometimes. And in this situation, I actually was more on Derek's side than not, but his energy in my presence down in New Orleans, those people fight. Okay, those people fight. So I just didn't know what was gonna happen. But see, I really feel like Williams is probably homophobic. There's a lot of, church and Christ happening, and, about the way she dresses, and, also probably behind the scenes about Derek. Because later, as soon as they get into an argument, you start throwing out all of these, insults at him about how he needs to get a woman. And, all of this type of stuff. And I was just like, yeah, you being mad disrespectful when dude is just being protective of his sister, who he feels like you're yelling at and berating at a table full of people, and now she's crying. Like, was he not supposed to like, y'all, I was just sitting up there like, dude was trying to defend his sister for real, and I think his feelings were really hurt when we got to the end of the episode, and she is bucking for Williams and feeling like Williams made this step and he was supposed to accept that step. And I just kind of feel like after somebody that went in on me like that, I would feel like anything they were coming at me with after that was a lie or was foolishness. It wasn't genuine. So yeah, I was more on Derek's side than I was on Williams, because I really didn't like the way he was going off on everybody, okay? So his family gets there. His mom feels like Ashley is rushing into this marriage after just getting out of the previous one. She also feels like her son is not ready for marriage. When the little brother Derek walks in the door to greet William, he doesn't want to shake his hand, talking about germs. But you just finished hugging all up over your sister, and it's like whatever germs he got, she got. Please know this, okay? I'm just letting y'all know, a lot of the times, if you are in a couple and y'all are swapping spit or whatever else, whatever they got, you got. That's usually how these things work when people live together. So the idea, that we were supposed to think that wasn't shade is just ridiculous. Like, But I feel like there's some prior animosity there to begin with, which is why Derek probably handled the situation the way he did. Not to say that it was cute, because I did understand where Williams was coming from. Like, I'm coming to you respectfully, why are you, shading me? But I also feel like you were coming to him with this like undertone of, yeah, come on, let's shake hands like men. And you know that that's not how, Derek rolls really. So I feel like there's some passive aggressive shit in the way he approached him in the first place, because it's like, oh, you got to meet me on my level. I'm not coming to you like, hey, what's up, Derek? You know what I'm saying? And in all honesty, I feel like it's animosity. So I kind of wouldn't have wanted to dap or shake hands or nothing like that. I'd have been like, how you doing, Derek? And he'd have been like, how you doing? And we'd have left it at that until we felt different later on, okay? But at this point in the gate, I'm not, I'm not too keen on Williams, okay? I'm just saying. So his sisters really, really annoyed me. Specifically the sister that had to keep bringing up Ashley's Instagram picture, in which she felt like she was showing her body, and that's just supposed to be for Williams and all of that. And I was waiting to see like emojis over nipples. Like I was, what I'm saying? I was waiting to see, like, you can tell I don't have any underwear on and I'm just putting the emoji right over my crotch. Like, I was expecting that, the way the sister was talking. But really what we find is that the girl had on a robe, she had on a bandeau bra, and she had on panties and underwear, and you could see the underwear she had on. So then she had like an actual box question box over her top and a question box over her bottom, and you could just see her abs. Why is it gotta be a robe? I'm just like, because I was about to go to bed and I was in the robe and I decided to take the picture. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, people who are not on social media like that, or who don't handle this as a business, don't understand how you go into, like, there's a place in your mind that you switch into. When you're not a person that posts like that, when this becomes a business for you, you have to post all the time. I have to get it. Like, I didn't used to post as much as I post now. Now I post all the time because this is a business, okay? And the more people, the more posts, okay? The more posts, the more people, the more views, the more money, the more success. Do you understand? This is social media, okay? And it also pays to be attractive no matter what anybody says, okay? And if she can walk around in the world in a bathing suit, I don't understand why everybody is flipping out over the robe he sees. Like, dude, I had this robe before I met you. Like, somebody else has seen me in this robe, okay? Calm down. To me, there's a controlling aspect to that, and I don't like that his sister kept drilling it over and over again as if it was so salacious. It almost made me feel like you was hating. Like low key, that was coming from a place of hate, 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 hate. Okay, because you're beautiful, but I also feel like you couldn't put that on social media and feel confident about it. So when you see her doing it, that, triggers something in you that makes you feel insecure. And now she's not being Christian, and that's only supposed to be for my brother. This is what she does for a business. You knew this before you got with her. She should not have to alter that much of what she's doing in order to protect your manhood, especially if this is something you already knew she was doing. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like it's important to be tasteful about the things you put online. Everything needs to have context. I'm not, a fan of just, being out here naked online. I don't really do that like that, okay? However, the more confident I am in my body, the more I'm going to show it off in life and on social media. So that's just off, period. So just deal with it. So I feel like bathing suits, little lingerie, especially if you promoting a lingerie line, shit like that, when people have nice bodies, get over it. Because y'all don't be mad and calling people hoes when they modeling in magazines. There's social media now. Like, if everybody can do it and make their money and they look good, why shouldn't they do that? Like, nigga ain't about to be out here working hard for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck? Why? For what? To die in the apocalypse tomorrow? Like, get the fuck out of here. Then his family complains about how it's always camera, camera, camera when, she's around. And I'm just like, as long as she ain't trying to put y'all on camera, I don't understand why it's an issue, that people post on social media. Like, especially, like I said, if it is their business and if it's how they make their money. Like, this is not something that they're doing just because. You know what I'm saying? And check it, especially when you're making money from it. I don't want to hear anything from anybody because this is how I pay my bills. Like, I don't want to hear anything from you about how I pay my bills because you're not offering me any money, okay? Especially as far as them sisters is concerned. But I also feel like it's all about balance. So if every time we around you, we can't never get you to put your phone down, that is annoying. That is annoying. That is problematic. Yeah. But I also feel like it's a little bit of jealousy going on. Will's mom feels like that they are two broken people and they're not ready to be in this type of relationship. And I'm just kind of like, I understand all of that, but I honestly feel like everybody isn't walking around not getting married, not getting into relationships because they have trauma, because their brother died, or, because their last relationship was bad. Like, even though I do feel like they're rushing into this marriage, I also don't feel like it is up for anybody else to decide if they are ready to be together. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do because they're grown. And all you are there for is to be a sounding board and to, give them your opinion when they ask for it and let them live from there, okay? But I don't like the feeling that y'all are acting ugly with her because y'all don't want them to be together. You know what I'm saying? Or, little brother, you doing a little bit too much, okay, because you don't, necessarily like him. But I also feel like that's understandable. I understand why you don't like him. On the other, the Ashley girl seemed so sweet. It wasn't, it wasn't like she was rude or mean or anything. So I really didn't understand why they had such a, I just don't like her. Like, there was one sister who was like, yeah, I just don't like her. I don't like her. And then she was the only one at the end that didn't give her blessing. And I was like, see what I mean, y'all? Hating. Y'all have spent this whole time together. This girl has been, very caring about your brother, loves your brother. Okay, is a beautiful girl, is trying to do her own thing, bless you. It's not like she out here trying to, live off your brother. And even if she was, so the hell what? What are women all, like, y'all been out here, having this 50s, idea of how she's supposed to be acting, okay? But don't nobody want to pay for women to, sit their ass at home. Y'all want to dictate what somebody got to do without all of the responsibility that goes along with that in the first damn place, okay? Now, I'm not saying I know their situation financially completely, but at the end of this girl has aspirations. And I just kind of feel like they have taken this, like, negative, negative approach to her out of jealousy, because I don't see any other reason why. It wasn't like she was like all ghetto and rude and everything. Like, I could understand if she was giving y'all fever, but y'all was giving fever straight off rip. The sister that said she just don't like her and that was that, I was just like, well, there's nothing we can say about that. If that's how you feel, then we know where it's coming from. So Ashley answers his family's questions, and they don't like her. She says she used to think that Williams was controlling. She still thinks that he's controlling, but she's walking on eggshells, okay? Then they talk about her unacceptable posting, covering her body with the emojis and all of that. She explains once again, and it's her job. It wasn't like she was just covering up nipples. She had on clothes under it, like all of that, okay? And all in all, both sides of the family, I feel like, still feel like they need more time. Definitely his mom more than her grandmother. So at dinner, Williams is bothered that they feel he's controlling. And he kind of takes his aim at her because it's like, what have you been telling them for them to feel like I'm controlling, you know? And her sister is like, well, she'll say, you know, he's tripping about a social media post. And that sounds a lot like what she was going through in a last relationship with somebody trying to control her. And we don't want her to be back in that same situation. So we are hyper vigilant about, you know, the type of relationships that she is in because of how we had to, you know, probably pick her up off the ground after all of that, you know, went down. Then he asked if she would have posted the picture if he was on social media, because he's not really on social media. And she was like, yes, I would have still posted the pic. And he says that no, she wouldn't, because to him it's disrespect. And that would mean she would be like willfully disrespecting him. Then he starts yelling about how she needs to be worried about her man and what her man thinks. And that's when I was like, yeah. yeah. Not about her, right? Not about her. Never about her. Always about you. Gotcha. At this point, her brother gets upset. I don't know who he over there yelling at. Okay, but he is doing the most right now. I mean, like, just for real. You really trying to control her. Okay, and now you over there yelling at her. Like, he was feeling some type of way. And then he starts talking about, William starts talking about how flamboyant Derek is and how he needs to get a woman and how he's a 20-year-old bum. Outside, while she and him are talking, he keeps saying that she's naked on social media, and she wasn't naked, okay? Amber Rose is naked on social media, okay? Kim Kardashian is naked on social media. Lizzo is damn near naked on social media. Meg Thee Stallion is damn near naked on social media. Child, that little girl wasn't naked on social media. I didn't see a full ass cheek, okay? Like, where were the full ass cheeks at? Okay, because that's like what we consider like naked, full ass cheek. Okay, so she was offended by the way he talked to her brother, and so he apologizes for that. The next day, Tracy tells her he's doing the same things that the ex was doing, and these are red flags that she needs to be paying attention to instead of ignoring. He still hasn't seen the photo, so Tracy pulls it up and shows it to him, and he feels like it's disrespectful and she's taking advantage. And I was just like, this Negro is tripping. She has to put his feelings first, and he needs to make her feel comfortable doing something she loves. I'm like, child, I don't know how y'all gonna do that when you're not even really showing nothing, and he already, you know, here with it. You know what I'm saying? At this level with it. And then he got all his family a part of it too. It's just like all this judgment, and I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not a fan. She buys a wedding dress with his family, you know, with more consideration for covering up her, you know, her boobs and all of that. And, you know, if that's what makes him and his mom happy, and it seemed to make them happy, so that's what she did. William apologizes to Derek. Lil Bruh says, that's good and everything, but you still seem a little controlling to me. William says that, you know, well, you disrespected me when you didn't shake my hand when you came here. And Derek says, look, if I didn't want to shake your hand, I extended the dap. You didn't dap me. That's on you. And he's bringing up how, you know, you was yelling at my sister at the table. And he's like, it wasn't about her. It was about you. I was yelling at you. And I was like, no, you weren't. You were yelling at them both. But okay, Williams. Okay. Derek then gets up out of the pool and walks away because he's done with this conversation. Later, Ashley defends William and tells Derek that he needs to admit he was being rude by not shaking William's hand. He doesn't think that he was wrong, so he packs up all his stuff and he leaves, and his grandmother tries to go down there and talk to him, but, you know, to no avail. He don't even want to roll the window down for grandmother, and I felt like that was very disrespectful. And I feel like I understood where his sister was coming from with her upset with him not being able to yield on his attitude. Like, you can't talk to people and handle people, you know, any kind of way and, you know, expect for people to see your side of things. Like, you have to also be, you know, understanding if you expect people to be understanding of you. Okay. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, especially little gay boys, okay, I feel like they have so much angst and upset within themselves about the way people treat them that sometimes they are automatically on defense and on go because of what they have to deal with in life. Okay. So I see it and I understand it, and I know, like, because I remember what it was like for people in school. Like, dudes would mess with you so bad to the point where you had to be, like, extra, you know, like, aggressive with how you would come back at them just to let them know. Because if not, they'll keep messing with you. So I just kind of feel like I get it. But at the same time, at some point, you have to become an adult and stop acting like, you know, everything, you know, deserves all of this extra shit when it really don't. Like, just have a conversation sometimes. And I do feel like he attempted to do that with Williams, but Williams didn't want to take responsibility for the controlling thing. Like, you don't want to take responsibility for your actions, but you want me to take responsibility for mine. And that's why I think that, you know, he felt justified in just leaving. But I ain't like the way he did his grandma. Like, I just felt like, you know, that was disrespectful. Like, don't be rolling no window up on me. Okay, what's wrong with you? You better not be going back to her house, because I kick your ass when I got back home. When they talk later on, you know, Williams and Ashley, he admits that he has to stop yelling and stop trying to control her. You know, and, you know, she also needs to have more respect and reverence for how he's going to feel about things. And I almost feel like that's an automatic, ain't it? Like, it feels like it's an automatic to me. So I'm always like, you know, checking in, so to speak. And in some ways, you really shouldn't have to. In some ways, okay? Because I feel like, you know, men use that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that women feel the need to check in with them. Like, y'all don't be feeling the need to check in with us about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, like, decisions about our bodies and how we represent ourselves and all of that, we always have to keep y'all in mind as well. That is the truth of the matter. Okay, because you know, when you choose to be in a relationship with somebody, you have to do that, you know, but also not to your own detriment, not to the point where you're unhappy. No, if that's the case, then that ain't for you. Everyone gives their blessing except Shabril, his sister, because Ashley is always the center of attention and she's not ready to be a wife. How do you know if she's ready to be a wife? Do you even know what it means to be a wife? I mean, your hair says so much about what you don't know. But okay, sis. She says that she'll find somebody else for him. And I'm just like, oh, you going to be that type of... Okay. Oh, they're going to have to jump you, huh? They're going to have to jump you. Yeah, for some people, you just got to... Like, whatever. For some people, you just have to, like, honestly, let them just stay out your space. Stay out my situation. He going to have to either check her or they just going to, you know, stop inviting her to stuff. You know, whichever y'all prefer. Okay? Ain't nobody got time for that Shabril. Anyway, that was Family or Fiance. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share it. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. Okay? And, yeah, there should be the videos. Okay, the videos that I did should be in these corners with Real Housewives of Potomac, the extra tea I got from Monique, and also the verses in Brandy, you know, battle, Monica and Brandy versus battle. Yeah, so get into that. Love y'all. See y'all in the next.